if you're watching this, you're looking for a minimal equipment version of the Metcon today, or potentially you're even in the bodyweight category. If you're in the bodyweight category, I'm making you lift something today. Just find something heavy to do bent over rows with. I'll go over that in a little bit. So structure is the same as the gym Metcon. 15-minute AMRAP. You're going to see how many rounds and reps you can get of 3 different movements. Well, I guess 4 different movements, and you're going to cycle through those rounds. So first movement is going to be squat jumps. So if you can do that safely. So squat jumps, getting away from the ring there. So squat hip crease below knee, and then jump up and tuck. And actually, I don't even need you to tuck that high. I just want your feet to leave the ground. So I over-exaggerate that first one. So like this. So 10 of those. And then you're going to go into some gymnastic work. So first main option, if you have rings set up like this or TRX straps, great. You're going to do 7 of those if you're a gentleman and 5 of those if you're a lady. Go over that. So bring your heels together and straighten your knees and squeeze your butt. So squeeze your quads and butt and keep your body in a rigid plank as you pull to below your nipple. So to give you a visual, do not pull to here. Do not bend your elbow this much. Pull to here as best as you can. Less elbow bend, you'll get more out of your lats. If you don't have that available, no problem. And if you're the bodyweight type, find a cinder block, a heavy vacuum, something, and you're gonna do bent over rows. So I'm starting here, neutral spine, I'm hinged over, and I'm pulling to my hip crease. So 7 of these, if it's super light, go all the way to 10. And if you're a lady, that was for a gentleman. If you're a lady, do 5. If it's super light, go all the way to 7 to 10 for that too. And then you'll get to do some pushing work. So first option, if you have a stable surface like a box or a really solid counter or something, or a solid chair, you'll do 7 of these if you're a guy, 5 if you're a lady. So starting here, try to get shoulders below elbow, and then pressing back up all the way. If you make it a little bit easier, bend the knees, but try not to push through your legs too much. So again, 7 and 5 for guys and gals for that. And then if you don't have any setup for that to do, then let's do a hand release push-up. So if you're strong enough to do them at relatively high volume, you'll do them on your toes. Never let your knees touch the ground, or you can let them touch the ground at the bottom, but when you go back up, straighten them before you go back up. Pinch your heels together the whole time too. That'll get your butt engaged and keep your back in a better position. And then if we're not quite strong enough for that, totally okay. Bend the knees, squeeze the heels, push like this, keeping the body in a rigid plank. Again, 7 and 5 of those for guys and gals. Once you finish that, then you'll go back to 10 squat jumps. Again, you don't need to knee tuck like I originally said. Just squat and jump. 2, all the way to 10. And then finally, after you've already worked your legs a little bit, you're gonna take that, well, I should probably actually keep that down there. You're gonna keep that, you're gonna take up that heavy object. You still can't see me. Let's go here. You're gonna take that heavy object. If you have dumbbells, great, get 2 of them. Hold them on each side. If you only have one, hold it on one side. If you have some form of an odd object, throw it over your shoulder like a sandbag or a heavy backpack with weights in it or something. And you're gonna do lunges. Counting the friendly way. 30 feet of them if you have the space to do it. Or 18 of them stepping in place if you don't have the space. whether you step forward or step backwards if you're doing them in place, make sure you gently kiss the kneecap to the ground and then stand up all the way at the top. And if you're doing them walking, stand up all the way on those as well before you go to the next one. Do not do this, even though it looks really cool. So that's one round. And again, you're gonna see how many rounds of that business you can get. Enjoy.